Hello everyone, thank you for watching my video on solving a puzzle cube. This particular one is often known as a Rubik's Cube. Alright, this happens to be a Rubik's Cube brand, Rubik's Cube, as is this one, which is monotone, and this one that is one of the newer versions where there's no stickers. So this is usually the easier one to use. This is also, well, it's pretty good movement, but sticky. Speed cubers would definitely not want to even touch that one. This one is nice and loose for speed cubing, but also difficult for the different color variation where it's very hard to tell. maybe even a little impossible seeming. To tell the difference, there's a mirrored side, white side. But basically on my channel, I would like to solve some Rubik's Cubes for everyone. And I do this in live streaming, and I've gotten pretty far in what I've learned. I've been able to solve with one hand at the same time. Right now, just mixing it up is a lot easier. But I'll get better, right? We all have to start somewhere, and I just know that someone would have an interest in seeing some different ways that you could learn how to actually solve a Rubik's Cube. This is one that actually, instead of color, it's by shape. So the shape ends up being a 3x3, but it's off to the side. And yeah, basically all of these puzzles are the same. They may come in different sizes. Some of them have different parts, different pieces put onto it, so that when things are moved around, it turns into a different shape, and just adding to the difficulty. Some are totally different shapes, like very confusing to me. Even more are multiples. This is a 7x7. This is a V cube. This would also be one of those V cubes. Anyways, I would like to teach you guys how to solve a Rubik's Cube. It'd be great if I could find a way to mesmerize you and show you cool things that you didn't know, or maybe show you in a different way each time. But basically, I'm going to show you that you choose one color, you find the matching piece, turn it so it matches in the edge, not the corner, the edge. You spin this until you have that figured out, where it matches. Now you know where each of your blue pieces are, which will be which. Each color will have one side. So just look at that edge. It has blue and yellow. So I'm looking for this yellow side. I can match it up to the yellow side. And what you want to make sure you do is you move things out of the way. So check this out. Right here, I can move this blue piece, its yellow side, to match on this yellow side. But when I do so, my blue and orange piece get pushed out of the way. I don't want that. I want to keep everything exactly where it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate out of the way. Then I'm going to do this move. And now with this yellow piece touching this, the yellow and blue edge piece touching the yellow, you know that when you spin it, it will actually spin to the right place and match up with your face here. Now when you do that, you're going to look at this and you're going to say, okay, this one matches. Let's look at this. All of a sudden, this doesn't match. So please think about how this cube is made. This cube is made so that the middles can never change where they are. So you know that if you have the orange and blue piece connected, and this blue piece is here, it's actually incorrect because it doesn't match. If you have the blue piece here and it's the red piece now, perfect, because those middles are not going to change, and you know now that on this side is white, so this right here is going to be blue and white. You know that this is going to be blue and yellow. So here's actually the blue and white piece. Now you're going to find a way to move it out of the way of your creation here, because this is perfect. And you're going to put it on that side. I know that was a crazy fast move. Maybe you're looking at your cube now saying, what? But you're going to get it. I'm going to be here. You're going to tell me what is troubling you, how to think about it in a new way. You're going to put a new perspective on what I know and need to teach next. So I would love for your input. Please use the messages below to let me know exactly what you need, or we have other ways of finding connections to help. But otherwise, a message will help me help more people to actually teach everybody what is confusing. So you're going to make a cross first. You're going to make sure that the cross has each of these legs of the cross in the correct spot. And then you're going to put in the corners. So this corner's here. You just put it in a spot and see exactly that. I don't know how difficult that is for somebody. You are going to put the piece into this slot. Find a way that you position it so one move is going to end up in the perfect place, right? And then your job is to either move it away first. Let's see how that would look. Move it out of the way. Let's see how we do it. You put it in the right spot, move it out of the way, move it back. There I spun the corner around. I'm going to leave one space open for the second layer. When you solve the second layer, you know that in between the white and red is a white and red piece that goes right there, and you can find that sucker. He's on the second row right here. So you're going to use this open space to knock him out of the way so you can control where he's going. Now, white and red, you're going to put the white and red piece exactly as I have it right now. I have a opposite. It's going to have the middle color be different from these outer two. You're going to move it into that spot, and then you're able to actually move it up here. Now the move you actually do is you start with it, opposite, take this other side, move that down. Now you move that over, and just move it back up. So all this side does is go down and then up. And so now this piece is in the correct spot. Now let's go to this one right here. We actually have to move it out of the way so we can rearrange where it goes. So it's down here, move it out of the way, put this back, and now I can manipulate this side. So I know that the middle is going to be the middles are telling me that it's going to be orange and white. So I'm going to take this orange and white and see how this is not on the right side. It's not going to work. If it's right here, orange and white, then orange, then you know you can move this other side down, move over and up. Now you've solved that second layer. Now you're going to have the orange and the yellow. That's actually right here. So we're going to change that, and we're going to point our open spot at the red and yellow side. Find that. Looks like that. Nope. Where's that? Oh, it's actually, they're in each other's spot. So we actually have to move it out of the way, knock it out of the way. There we go. So this side has been keeping whole the whole time, and just pointing its open spot to where we are working. So now you take this new orange and yellow spot, put it so it goes orange, yellow, orange, other side down, over, and up. There you go. So now you have this last piece. It's the last one in the whole cube. For the second layer, it's open, same as this piece. We actually need to finish the top. So what you do is you move this piece to a position where you move it in one way and it is all of a sudden in the correct spot. You move things out of the way so that you can move it right back. Now, this last piece is going to be harder. It's a longer way to do this, but let's see if we can teach it to you in just one go. We have a yellow piece and the red piece right here. It's exactly the one that goes here. If you did it this way, that would be correct for any other time. Right now, it is a different move, right? This move is going to go out of the way. Then we go down. We go back. Now you're going to see that this blue side, with all your pretty perfect side, is amazing. And now this is out of the way, and this is the piece that we're working with. See this? We're going up. And now we have the same situation, and we have our blue piece that needs to go up into the puzzle and then have everything else situated correctly. So watch. It's going up, matching here, out of the way, and back. All right. This is as far as I can teach you right now. I can teach you the rest, I can show you the rest, but it's going to be much harder. You do one single move over and over again to get across. Then you move around the crossed legs to be in the right spot. Then you take the, whichever one works for you, you do a move that looks like this, and it is rearranging the corners. So you find a corner that matches correctly. This is in the correct spot, but rotated. And you're going to do this move I just did before, and now all of the corners have changed and actually ended up in the right spot. You may need to continue until you have this situation. Now you have one final move, but you have to do it 4 times because these 4 are not in the right spot. They are in the right spot. They are not in the right orientation. They have to be rotated. I do this one move that is very simple, over and over. You do it twice per rotation of the piece. I'm just going to do it the second time right now. That I only did once. Right here, it's up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over. Last one. And then the final piece for this bottom that I'm solving, and it goes up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over, up, over, down, down, over. That was how you solve a Rubik's Cube. Try and explain that last move again, but first we'll start with solving here, finding that last piece, moving things out of the way, finishing a whole side. Now you're working on the second layer, so you open up a spot. You move around the corners, the sides, so that you can put the piece in the right area. I know, not explaining it this time. Okay, so right here, you finished these 2 where we left off before. We have this L that maybe it show as a dot. It may show as all 4 edge pieces are there. it may show as a line. You do the same move over again. It changes to a line. Let's see if I can. Goes down, over, turn, shoot. It goes down, over, turn. It's hard to explain. I'll try and do it one more time. So down, over, rotate. Okay. Okay. So you have this L or a line in this orientation, not in this orientation. Portrait, vertical, or a dot, the single middle. Or your goal is to get to all four corners in the right spot. So you go this side down, over, rotates back. Now I have a line. On the line, you do it again. Do it one more time. It turns it back to an L. Turn it to a line. Turns it to a cross. Right? Now you're looking at the corners, or at the edges of these, and you're waiting for them to all be in the right orientation. Right now it's actually perfect. That's usually good for the person trying to solve very fast because it sets up perfectly. So now I'm just going to show the same move. So you find the two that are correct, you spin it around until they actually all match, or any two of them match next to each other, and you do this move. Goes down, goes on these two that match, with these two needing to be rotated. Goes like this, this, and two. So that rotated these two in the back. Now they are incorrect. I have to do this move one more time so I can fix it. Goes down, over, over, down, over, over. Sorry, I don't know the algorithm terms anymore. I haven't used those in a long time. So now I'm looking at these corners. I'm finding the one that matches pretty good. That one does. I look at these two sides here. It's a counterclockwise rotation. L prime. Is it U clockwise? R prime. Counterclockwise. U counterclockwise. whatever anti-prime. I forget what anti-prime is. Then anti-prime, clockwise and anti-prime. So everything turns back to where it's supposed to be, and these corners have rotated. So I'm going to do that one more time. Rotate the top. The left hand goes up. The top goes clockwise. The right goes up. Goes counterclockwise. Goes down. Clockwise and down. Everything rotates. Now we're doing this last move. As you can see, oh geez, I hope everything or some part of that was in the screen. So now I'm going, this is the one move. Up, over, down, over. That's one. You have to do it twice. Up, over, down, over. Now you see if this piece is the right one. No, it's the right one, but it's not in the right orientation. You gotta rotate it. You gotta do that move twice. All of a sudden, it is in the right orientation. So you move to the next one. Happens to be the last one. You go up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over, and it's solved. You could still do this move up, over, down, over, up, over, down, over. And so now it's in the wrong orientation, so you're gonna do that twice. It's still in the wrong orientation. You can do it one more time, and your Rubik's Cube is solved. Now,